Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Galley La Podcast. And today we're going to be discussing Jujutsu Kaisen Chapters 255 through 263. We're finally caught up to the current chapter. And there will be spoilers for everyone not caught up, but I'm your host, Geboss, and as always, joining me is my co-host, Akainu Fanboy.
Yo.
And let's just get right into it. Because last time we left off was with Miguel showing up, and Miguel shows up with LaRue, and they rescue Kusakabe because he really can't catch a break.
He wants to log out.
Yeah, but so what did you think of Miguel and LaRue's involvement in this? Because I don't know. It was kind of interesting to see them, but I don't think ultimately they accomplished much. Because like LaRue shows up like at the beginning of the chapter, and by the end of it, he's getting black flashed, and it's like,
yeah,
okay. But yeah, what did you think?
I like Miguel. He's funny.
Yeah,
and that's about it. I mean. Okay, I'm just gonna lay this out here now. I'm getting greatly irritated by the new character shows up, and let's explain something about this new character in a flashback.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm getting like sick of it really quickly.
Yeah.
So I'll say that. That being said, I did like how they said they wanted to do a send off for Geto.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
And everything like that. Makes sense. They kind of wanted to hightail it out of there. And what's funny, Miguel's like, okay, well, after Gojo's done and after Yuta's done, then I'll jump in. Oh, yeah. Wait, no, we're kind of getting our asses kicked. Okay, time to dip.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't really accomplish much. Like, okay, I guess LaRue grabbed Sukuna's attention so Yuji could black flash him, but I don't know. I agree with you. This whole like people showing up and retroactively they explain like their like 20-step plan for every eventuality, and I don't know. It just seems kind of convoluted for me because like it's a surprise that they showed up, but like where were they hiding? Like who knew that they were coming? You know.
It reminds me like when you're writing essays in school and your teacher gets on you for keep on saying that being said for every sentence, you know, and this is kind of like the same thing. It's just the same formula. And it just doesn't feel natural. It feels like a really sterile formulation for progressing the plot.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there isn't much plot happening. It's just kind of just a lot of fights.
Just let the fights happen. You know, we don't need to explain it or anything, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, the fights are fun. They're like really good to look at.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, like, I think it's 256, 257 when Yuji's just going in with all his black flashes. That was really cool. Because we actually get to see him do stuff.
Oh, it was great. And then also the Ino assist was really incredible, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like his whole thing with the flashback with him asking Gojo if he could use Nanami's weapon.
That was great, yeah. So I actually like Ino a lot. Like he's like a mid fighter. I mean, I guess he's scaled in the whole context of things, sure, but you know, he's still like nothing compared to these guys, but it's cool to see his assist, though.
Yeah. Like, he just throws Nanami's weapon right in Sukuna's face.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like he did more of an assist than Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel just kind of went in there, landed a couple hits, and, yeah. I wasn't even really that impressed with Miguel's technique. It was just kind of buffing his physical attributes, you know?
Yeah, and when you do all that build-up, the really stale build-up that we've been talking about, that being said, you know, like we're going to explain and everything, right? And then just like, you amp up Miguel, it doesn't really do much. And it's like, okay, we just spent like that whole time and nothing really happened, you know? Like, I get when you're amping up Yuta, right? Or Hikari, or the Toto explanation that made sense to me. Like, okay, yeah, explain that. But it's just like, jeez, man, we don't need to keep on amping up every person, man. So yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. What did you think of the? Okay, they throw in the whole connection between Sukuna and Yuji now, in that brief little flashback at the beginning of 257. Where, like, Sukuna had a twin. What did you think of that? Because I feel like Gege had like a plan to introduce this somehow, but it's like, well, everyone's just kind of fighting right now. I don't know a way of organically putting this in.
And especially since Kenjaku's dead too.
Yeah. It's like, it wasn't really foreshadowed at all, like Sukuna having a twin. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe there was something I was missing.
Agreed.
Yeah, but
I just kind of fell flat a little bit.
But I mean, it is interesting because we did see in the previous chapters he took an interest in Maki, who was a twin that was kind of made whole by the other twin dying. So that is an interesting connection there, but they don't really play into that too much.
Yeah, I don't think it's the appropriate place to develop it up in the middle of a big fight like this.
Yeah. Although I did, people were theorizing since Yuji was host to Sukuna for so long that he had dismantle in him, which we see. It is cool to see that he has that.
Yeah.
With the blood manipulation and Malevolent Shrine and the Black Flash control. But yeah,
I will say Choso is hell of impressive in a lot of this too.
Okay, I'll get into it. Spoiler alert: Choso fucking dies. I did not like the way he went out.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I mean, like, he got in some good moves and everything, but it was just like, okay. He was on borrowed time and everything. I get that, and I thought it was okay. I mean, not amazing or heartbreaking. I mean, I kind of like the transition because he has Toto right there too.
Yeah,
as his other brother. So that's a cool little touch, but. I don't know. I kind of feel like Choso had enough screen time at this point,
See, I thought that... So he had his big fight with Kenjaku, with Yuki protecting Tengen. And then we didn't really see that much from him after that. I feel like we needed one more, like, big thing with him. He didn't have, like, a big, like, sacrificing move or anything. He didn't have a... like a Kusakabe from the previous chapters. Like, he didn't have a big all-out attack or whatever. But I mean, he did go out protecting Yuji, which is what he wanted to do. And I don't know. I feel like the placement was wrong.
That's fair.
Yeah. I kind of got ahead of myself there. What did you think of the explanation of how everyone got so strong so quick? Because we kind of got this explained to us where you just said, like, yeah, we basically cheated to get this strong this quick. And we see that Wee has the ability to switch souls and everything. So what do you think of that?
A little weird, and I don't know entirely necessary. I mean, because I wouldn't say that they were that far behind, especially when you have all these combos. I don't need understand the need to say that they cheated, I guess, narratively. You know? It's not like they're taking down Sukuna easily. You know, they're still getting wrecked, you know?
Yeah.
So, I didn't really see the need for the whole cheated thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like, they wouldn't have learned as fast if not for that technique.
Yeah, but they're still kind of getting murked a bit, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, they wouldn't have lasted that much without that.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, we finally get to see Sukuna's big technique with the Divine Flame technique, which was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He basically just nukes everything. So you were complaining about the that being said thing, and
yeah,
I kind of got that with Sukuna's constant like binding vow thing, like, oh, he's gonna use a binding vow with his domain to open it like this, and then he's gonna use a binding vow to use the Fuga in this centralized location or whatever. And I think the one thing I will say is that I think this could potentially be setting up that Sukuna puts too many binding vows on himself, and he can't use the things he wants to when he has to.
Yeah.
That could be the only thing that I think.
Mm-hmm.
But like you mentioned before, right after Choso shows up, we get Todo showing up again, and yeah, I don't know. I don't. Again, I didn't.
That being said,
yeah, I didn't like the fact that he the whole thing was that, oh, I can't tell anyone about my plan because Yuji has a connection with Sukuna and the plan might leak because of that connection. And it's like, well, if that's the case, then have Yuji sit out all the plannings, you know?
Yeah.
Only tell him what he needs to know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like this entrance could have been a lot more hyper.
Right.
Because he just kind of shows up. But yeah, different thoughts or?
No, I mean, it was cool. I mean, I kind of find it interesting. I don't feel like, maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't get the sense that Sukuna's that tactically brilliant. I just kind of feel like he's a powerhouse, you know, because he was tricked so many times in this fight. Honestly, he's been tricked over and over again.
Yeah.
You know, with the combo attacks, you know? Yeah, he's just like, he's so strong, he just takes it, you know? Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's, yeah, getting a little boring, just kind of, oh, he's just getting up no matter how hard we hit him.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's been hit with, what, like 10 black flashes at least? Between, like, Gojo and Yuji and everyone.
Jacob's Ladder 2 times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, in the domain, and then the one at the end of 263.
Yeah.
But,
Miguel.
Yeah.
Kusakabe. Maki.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of people to be throwing at him. But,
yeah.
But, like, Todo, like Miguel and LaRue and everyone, they get, like, one chapter to show off, and then it's on to the next thing. Because,
mm-hmm.
Well, okay. I think you'll have a lot to say about Yuta's thing. So, I'll let you talk about it.
It's like one of those things, like, okay, who's that one guy from My Hero that freaking could copy other quirks and everybody be like, what if he copied all for one? That would be crazy.
Yeah.
One of the most broken powers ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, Yuta actually just, like, he follows the logical conclusion of that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
yeah.
And, you know, and then I get it, this needs some explanation, but when that technique's been used so much, it kind of cuts down the hype a bit on this. And I don't know what was that? 2 chapters of where he clashes with Sukuna and then it's over.
Yeah. I will, yeah. I will say I do like the.
I don't know.
I do like the flashback where he's like if no one else has the guts to do it, then I'll be the monster, because after Gojo's dead. Because
right, and I think that would hit a lot more if we're using this format over and over again, because I think it is great character development where the guy wanted to like end his life and now he's like becoming the new alpha of the group. He's not the same meek guy anymore, you know?
Yeah. I thought you would like this, the whole development with Yuta's character, but
no, I do. No, it was just like the way he's just, unfortunately, it's used in the same mode of that formula with all the other characters, you know? And it's like I do love when you see Yuta walking. This is what I wanted to see more before. I wish we saw some of this before the fight, where you see Gojo walking with Yuta, and then he sees his 3 friends that he went to school with.
Well, this is right before. This is right before Gojo kills all the higher ups.
Yeah, I just wish in the story itself we saw it earlier. You know, instead of like jamming it all into this fight right here. You know, because I like how he's like, you know, we're related, but then like Gojo's super hard on him, which is kind of funny because like, you know, I mean, would you say he was hard on Itadori in a similar way, or do you think he just treats Yuta differently?
I don't know. I think he treats Yuta a bit differently. Like he's like his direct protege, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. It was only in this chapter reading it that I realized like how badly Yuta got hurt from Sukuna's attack. Like it's a shame that the art wasn't finished in time, because like we see him basically cut in half. But I don't know. Do you think, because we can actually get into like speculation for future chapters, do you think that he's gonna go back to his main body, or do you think he's stuck in Gojo's body?
I got the impression that he's done. Like his whole body's dead. Like I thought it was a little okay, so I got the sense like his old body's dead. Now I need to go to Gojo. Yeah, and like, he said like he can't use copy anymore.
See, I don't know. I thought that, I mean, potentially he could go into his body if, I don't know, if it heals enough, if they could somehow make it work after being cut in half. But
well, I mean, I didn't even think him getting cut in half was that big of a deal, because the guy is such a big bag.
Yeah,
you know, where he gets, you know, like.
But I mean, he even said like, I'm at my limit. I can't heal this. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that he could potentially. There's a potential for him to go back with the body switching technique, which I do like that they included. Like, well, yeah, it's obvious that he can copy Kenjaku's ability, and that's why he went to go to Kenjaku to get that ability. But yeah,
why? Maybe I skipped this over, but inform me if I did. But why didn't he just eat Gojo's body?
Because it needs the 6 eyes itself to use Limitless. Okay. It needs the physical 6 eyes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I think
so at first I was kind of thinking like, what if Yuta could use copy in Gojo's body?
Then that would be broken.
Not broken enough, like big broken, not just minor broken.
Yeah. But yeah, it is kind of disappointing that well, not disappointing, I don't know, that he just kind of collapses.
Yeah, that was a little anticlimactic for me.
Yeah, I think he might be able to get up if he heals like his curse technique, because he was saying he observed Gojo how he could do it through when he was healing his domain and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's so crazy though. Like we were talking, like you're, oh well, Yuta's gonna take out Kenjaku, you know, and that's one MC getting his, you know, his slay in, and then this is why like Itadori is getting so much screen time fighting Sukuna.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, okay, so that's why we haven't seen Yuta for so many chapters. Like, oh no, here he comes again.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to stop at the end of 260, but I figured we might as well catch up.
Well, yeah, also just, I don't know. Kind of going back to that, though, I think it should be more hype and more screen time if Yuta took over Gojo's body. You know, like it should look cooler. It should be more drawn out. You know, than what we kind of got right there. I don't know. It just felt anticlimactic for me. You know.
Yeah, maybe because you're reading it all in one go, but yeah, plenty.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I will say this: the Gojo like fans are absolutely rabid. Like they were threatening to, and I think a lot of them did like drop the series after he died. And then the whiff of him coming back at the end of 260, it was like, oh, he's coming back. The series is going to be great again. And then Yuta shows up. He shows up with the scars on his head, and people thought it was Kenjaku possessing him, but no, it's Yuta.
I thought that too. I thought that.
Yeah. I mean, I will say it's a good bait and switch in that regard.
Oh, I probably set so many people off.
Yeah. Because I don't think people are as big a fans of Yuta as you are. I mean, he's a cool character. He's a cool character, but people want their MC, or not even their MC, like the powerhouse that is Gojo. Anyway.
Yeah. But I will say, like, sorry, I just put the bow on just Yuta real quick. But I will say I did like the character development, and I thought it was sweet and touching, his relationship with Gojo and the distant relative and all the rest. And I think it's, yeah, I mean, it's kind of grotesque and morbid, but at the same time, it's like touching too, you know. So, because Gojo saved him from death too, and you know, from himself, killing himself and everything, and to see him just grow so much as a person, I think, is really interesting. You know? Yeah. So
and that level of self-sacrifice that he's willing to go that far to beat Sukuna.
So do you think he's gonna be the new Gojo, quote unquote? Not like actually in the body, but like narratively.
I mean,
in a way,
it depends on what happens, because I mean, honestly, we don't even know if like Kusakabe or Higuruma, like, they got taken off the battlefield and everything, but we don't know if they're alive or not. We saw Shoko and Amai, who just like, I'm here to make pudding to help people's minds with their curse techniques because it's burning out. It's like, okay, it's a good thing you're part of this story, bud. But but who knows whether or not they'll come back. I kind of hope they don't, because a lot of them, I feel, did enough in this. I feel like Miguel got rushed, and I mean, Todo's here to do his thing with his vibro slap, which just looks kind of ridiculous. But
Hikari's done more than enough.
Hikari needs some screen time. He needs to show his Urume fight. Like, if anything, just to switch away from Sukuna's fight, because it's been non-stop. We saw like the brief thing where like Urume was like saying, "We've won," when he opened the Divine Flame, but like, I want to see more of Hikari. Like, his ability is cool.
Ino's gotten more screen time against Sukuna than Hikari.
I mean, that's just facts.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, is it like a narrative thing where if Yuta, Itadori, and Hikari were on Yuta's domain and they all attacked him at the same time, he wouldn't have survived? Maybe like this. Or did he just forget about Hikari? You know? Like,
I don't know. Maybe Hikari's... Yeah. Maybe Hikari's the only one that can hold off Urume the way they did. or
really the only one. They're just so like there's a buttload of characters running around.
Put Kashimo there. He didn't do much.
Yeah. There's so many characters that could be occupying that guy right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But yeah, okay, so Sukuna's fought Gojo, Kashimo, Higuruma, Yuji, Kusakabe, Ino, Yuta, Miguel, LaRue, Todo.
It's like the Kaido fight with Luffy.
It really is, but I don't know if I would say that the Kaido fight was better or not, but but anyway. Oh, and Angel showing up and wrapping up this Jacob's Ladder. And do you think that this is going to do anything? Because he got hit by it.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing like everything else.
Yeah. But I mean, like, we do see that, like, Yuji's trying to separate, like, use this mantle to split Fushiguro and Sukuna. Whereas, like, I don't know. Fushiguro needs to get his shit together. In there. Like,
I forgot about him, to be honest.
Yeah. And, I don't know, potentially... Okay. I guess this is the point where we can, like, actually speculate about the future. So, my prediction for everything is that Sukuna's gonna get defeated, but he's ultimately going to merge everyone together, and then they're gonna have to fight that merged monster. What do you think?
That doesn't sound fun. It sounds like everything we just had, but again.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it'll get one shot.
What I think's gonna happen is Yuta's gonna take Nobara's body over, and then everybody's gonna think Nobara came back, and that is actually Yuta.
I'm still on my Nobara cope, even though Gege himself was like, oh yeah, I planned for Nanami and Kugisaki to die in Shibuya.
No,
I'm
still gonna take over Nanami's body too. Nanami's
all that's left of Nanami is his legs.
Mechamaru's back. Oh.
Yeah. But
over and over again.
But yeah. But anyways, so we're finally caught up. I'm kind of disappointed the way that it's turning out.
Yeah.
I mean, the fights are cool and everything, but I think narratively it could be a lot tighter, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like Gege's like, okay, this is the end of the story, which he confirmed that this is the final part of the story. I need everyone to kind of do their thing one last time. Give them their time to shine. I know you're frustrated by it.
Yeah. Hey. I've already made my critiques.
Yeah.
Known. It just, I'm just sick of all the Hikari screen time. I want Yuta to have more shine. That's my final position here.
Yeah. But with that, we're all caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen, and I don't know if we're going to be doing this weekly or 2 weeks, because I don't know if a lot's happening or not enough to cover. But yeah, let us know what you think of these chapters, this fight, your predictions of what's going to happen, if we missed anything, any foreshadowing, and yeah, let us know your thoughts, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.